really good Thai restaurant in Battle Creek. Oh my god, it's
Really?
so good.
I
looked
like last week.
The curry peanut chicken. It's like it also has like I don't know what the noodle is, but it's
Thai
really
noodles?
good.
Rice noodles?
I don't know.
Is it like Thai
Like
noodles
the
or
The
that
Thai
one?
noodles, yeah, the Thai noodles with like a creamy sauce if you want it to be spicy, and like shrimp fried rice.
Go back home.
That sounds so
Go
good.
back
It's
to
called
my
Thai
place
flavor,
now.
so you guys should check it out.
Okay.
West
Like the week
West
before
Coast
spring
Asian
break,
food,
I was like
different
craving
food.
Thai food.
Oh my
This
god.
is terrible. Like,
I will only go to Battle Creek for that. It's like the nearest place
Or
that
Chinese
has
either. They just added a Thai place by my house.
There's a
Yeah.
Chinese buffet.
There's like
Jack's
here.
at
at
least
$7.
3 to 4 Thai places by my house.
Don't go on
Okay.
Sundays.
Oh god. That's what I like, yeah, when I was here.
Wait. Well, no, you a pineapple on pizza person.
Alright, Sam, can you kick us off? Say, welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me know when.
We're live, we're good to go.
Oh, perfect. All right, cool. Hi. All right, welcome everyone. We're having a live student panel for you right now. So thanks for tuning in. We're super excited to be here. We've got some actual real live Albion Brits here to answer some of your questions. My name's Sam. I'm an admission counselor. So I work with students primarily in the Metro Detroit area to help counsel them through their college decision, and work with them and their families about financial aid stuff and the application process, all kinds of different things. But I can only answer questions so well when the questions are about student life. So that's why we've got some students here to answer your questions about what life is really like being a Brit on Albion's campus. So they're going to go through and start some introductions. Marco, why don't we start with you?
Oh boy, I'm hoping to go last. What are we talking about? Major, my name?
Yeah, the real
The whole
deal.
shebang. My name is Marco. I'm from San Francisco, California. I'm a political science history double major. I'm a senior, and what else? I think that's a good spiel.
For sure. What are you involved in?
I'm part of the pre-law fraternity and tour guide. Woot woot.
Woot woot.
So yeah.
Alright, hi, I'm Leia. I'm a junior. I'm a biology major. I'm involved in the Wilson Institute, the honors program. I'm a tour guide. I'm vice president of Hillel. I'm the social media chair for Biochem Club. I'm a cheerleader. And I work as a dental assistant.
Hi, I'm Emily. I am a senior here. I am a business and communications double major. And then I'm also in the Gerstacker Institute for Business, Kappa Alpha Theta sorority, I'm a tour guide, and then I'm a tutor for communication studies.
Hi, I'm Evelyn. I am a senior as well here. I was on the basketball team, but just recently got done. I am majoring in business, minoring in communications. I am part of the Gerstacker Institute on campus. I am a tour guide as well. I think that might be it. Oh, I'm also an Alpha Chi Omega sorority here on campus.
My name is Kendra Shannon. I'm a senior biology major and a Spanish minor. I'm a part of the Wilson Institute of Medicine, and I work here in the admissions office as a tour guide. And
My name is Alejandro Alcazar. I'm a senior. I'm double majoring in communication and psychology. I have a Spanish minor, a human services concentration. I'm currently a tour guide. I work at the Writing Center as a writing consultant. I'm a communications tutor. And what else? I'm in the Psi Chi fraternity, which is the psychology fraternity, and the communication fraternity, Lambda Pi Eta. I've also been involved in Student Senate, Union Board, and OLA.
Want to put your GPA there too?
That's pretty much it.
And no. Awesome, very good. So why don't we start with the first question? Tell us the story of why you chose Albion. And we don't have to start with Marco, whoever wants to jump at this one.
I mean, Emily and I are pretty similar, so I think we kind of have like the same story, so we can kind of go off each other's idea. But we were both recruited to go here for basketball, and for me personally, when I came on campus, just the campus life and how pretty the campus was was definitely something that grabbed my attention.
Yeah, and then one thing I was really considering here was if I couldn't play basketball for some reason, would I still want to go here? And for me, the Business Institute had a lot to offer, so I was really interested in that. And Albion is such a prestigious school that I knew that I would get a good education here. So I knew that besides for basketball, just looking at the academics in the school in general, that I would still enjoy it here.
Well, I'm from Chicago. I forgot to mention that. So a lot of people always ask me why didn't I just decide to stay in Chicago, considering it's a big city. There's so many great schools there. But I really wanted to get a different sort of like lifestyle. I always gone to small schools, so the fact that coming to Albion already felt like home. But then again comes the huge difference of being from a city and then coming to a town. I like the difference of having to, I kind of get like the best of both worlds. I get to have a really intimate education, but then go to the city back at home. So I really like that balance. And also just being away, I think it was a good, it's only 3 hours away, so that was one of the things that was like good for me.
Going off of the whole city to Albion lifestyle, being from the city of San Francisco, also can't go back home as often, but I did want to get out of California. I wanted to get a different experience, get pushed outside my comfort zone. And there's no place to do that other than Albion, where I did not know a single person. Met all my friends out here. The people were one of a kind, and if I had to make it all over again, the choice, I'd still choose to come to Albion.
Yeah, coming from Ann Arbor, I also kind of get the same question as to like why I didn't choose University of Michigan, which is a good school, but it just wasn't, I felt the right fit for me because Albion is a smaller school and you get that like personal relationship with staff members, with professors, with people, and that's something that I really like, just kind of like the community feel here on campus, that I felt like I wouldn't really get at a bigger school. And on top of that, just with the professor relationships, it was very important for me. And thinking about my academic career and like going into like an actual career, gaining relationships with professors and getting connections to bring me to the next point in my life was also super important, which Albion is perfect for. So that is the big reason why I chose Albion.
Yeah, I originally applied to Albion because they had pretty colors.
We were just talking about that
Yeah, we were literally talking about that earlier. I got a like postcard in the mail and I was like, oh, they have pretty colors, so I applied. But then when I came here for my tour, I was blown away. I really came in here with zero expectations and it blew me out of the water and it totally changed my path because I had no idea what I was doing and then I came here. So that was amazing and it's been the best decision because I have been doing much, much better than I ever could have anticipated in like classes like organic chemistry, things like that, where I get to sit with Dr. Harris for hours agonizing over it until I understand it. So that's, yeah.
And you had the same sort of dilemma with big school, small school too, because you were also looking at Michigan.
I was looking at like 2 big schools and then Albion, so very different. It's hard to figure out where you want to go because you can't really compare a liberal arts education at a small university to a big one. It's hard.
That's true. All right. Do we have any questions coming in?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet? All right, don't worry, I'm full of them.
Perfect.
Why don't you guys tell us your favorite Albion story? Like your favorite That's So Albion moment.
So many.
I feel like I definitely had a good one, but I don't know. It's a hard one.
Give us a year so that we could maybe narrow it down.
Oh yeah, right, because there's so many. What are some of your favorite stories to tell on tour? You're all tour guide.
Oh.
That may help narrow it down.
I know my favorite story to tell is in Wesley when we're passing by the lounge. In my freshman year, our class was very particularly social. So around 5 o'clock, people wouldn't even ask anybody, they wouldn't text anybody. You would just show up to the lounge and either play games, play pool. Oh my God, playing pool. If you found the foosball, playing some foosball. But staying there till like 2 a.m. with the Bluetooth speaker. I know that I got a little to sleep freshman year, but it was totally worth it, and I still love all those memories. But yeah, Wesley was the place to be at.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like whenever I go to Wesley, I talk about sitting in the lounge freshman year watching Drake and Josh, and like I met a lot of people doing that. That was nice. And also like the music thing, everyone would like, I'm sure they still do that, but everyone would like leave their door open and play music. And I met a lot of people off of music interests. It was nice.
I think for me, just like the ability to travel like abroad and things like that. So with the women's basketball team, I was really able to explore outside of the United States. We actually went to our sister city, which was Noisy-le-Roi in Bailly, and we got to go play over there and explore Paris and all that it has to offer for 10 whole days, and most of it was paid for, which was really nice. And I just don't think that you get that experience if you go to, bigger schools. I know we do have a class too that is a business class, and you get to work with students in France, and then you go visit them to work on the project, and they come and visit you and work on the project. So just little experiences like that I think is very unique to Albion, and we really promote that learning outside of the classroom and things like that. So.
Or like, I just think that the alumni network and like connections here are just amazing. Like no matter where I go, if I'm wearing an Albion shirt, there's bound to be 1 or 2 people that stop me and they're like, oh my gosh, my cousin goes to Albion, or I went to Albion 20 years ago, and it's always just a conversation starter. Do you guys get that a lot too?
Oh, yeah.
Like anytime you wear something.
I was in Mexico when that
Yeah,
happened.
like
I
you'll
was
be in the
what?
weirdest places
San
too.
Francisco. It's
Israel. I was in Israel before I started coming here wearing an Albion shirt, and someone stopped me and was like, "Go Brits!"
Yeah, it's just like, I feel like that happens all the time. So just, it's a very small college, but it branches out so much. And then like, we're doing something called Albion Everywhere, where they're like, it's just like Albion's birthday, and they're connecting with everybody across the country, and it's just wild to see how many people there are that actually went here.
Awesome.
What a swell time.
I think it's more just when you're on campus, you kind of feel like you know everybody. Like even when I walked in here, I didn't know a couple of the people here, but I still knew their faces, and I've definitely waved to everybody in here at least once on campus. So, or we've just stopped and had a conversation. But when you walk across campus, it's this feeling of, oh, this is like, you said this to me in admissions thing. The feeling of you and all of your friends, not you at your school, because you're walking across campus waving at everybody, you're stopping to have a conversation. You did. Wow.
I'm awesome. I'm so good at my job.
You are.
Oh boy.
No, I agree though, because that was actually one of the reasons why I chose to come here, is just because like I was just on my tour and people said hi to me, and that was just weird for me, because I'm like, you don't even know me, but you're saying hi to me, and that just, I don't know, that made me feel
We
good.
all know you can.
Yes. Thanks, Marco.
Or like anytime you give a tour, just like, I walk by on a tour and I'll see like 5 different people I know. I'm like, oh hi, like they always wave at me. Like it's hard to walk around campus and not see somebody that you know.
Very true.
That's awesome. And I think it's just like part of the culture. It's so contagious to open the door for someone. It's so contagious to say hi to someone. We just know that it's already part of the Albion culture. Like how can you not be a part of it? But I guess also like some of the best memories we make is just living with our friends. Like having your roommate, your suite mates. This is the first year I live in an apartment, and it's like amazing. I love living with all my friends, and I think it's just such an amazing, I feel like these are gonna be the memories we're always gonna talk about in the future, so I love that.
Yeah, speaking of people holding doors, I was getting a package from the KC, and it ended up being 2 separate ones, and I could not carry both of them by myself back to Seton, and somebody came and just carried it with me. Like they helped me carry it all the way there to Seton.
That's nice.
Yeah,
That's so Albion.
That's so Albion.
Yeah.
We have a question from GB on YouTube.
Yay.
What is one thing you didn't expect going into Albion as a freshman, but absolutely found to be a benefit as a student? And if you could restate the question and your answer, because I don't know if they can hear me as well as they can hear you.
If you can restate the question.
Yeah.
I can. What is one thing you didn't expect going into Albion as a freshman, but absolutely found to be a benefit as a student? So maybe an unexpected benefit of coming here.
Oh, I think an unexpected benefit for me was like some of those travel experiences. Like, I actually I was a part of the business class where we got the opportunity to go to France, and it was a year-long course where we were building a business proposal with French students, and then they came in the spring, but we did get to go in the fall. And there's so many like little small travel experiences. Even if you don't decide to travel abroad, this was like a 1-week experience, but I learned so much from it. I've also gone to a conference in Washington, which is like the National Conference for Women Student Leaders, and that was like an amazing opportunity. I also did a leadership opportunity in Detroit. So I'm from Chicago, but it did give me like the opportunity to explore another city. So I'm just like, there's a lot of little experiences that you can be a part of that just have a great impact in your education.
Yeah, something that I would say is kind of like, so at Albion we're a residential college, so you have to live in the dorms or campus-owned buildings. So anytime I tell people that, they're like, oh, that doesn't, like, they don't understand it, especially because at bigger schools, people rent off-campus apartments and things like that. But it's definitely something that's been a huge benefit, and I've actually really enjoyed it. It helps you to be closer to your friends, and you get more involved on campus. I've joined way too many clubs and organizations, as I'm sure like everybody here has. Like, I'm almost over-involved on campus. But I don't think I would have done that if I didn't live on campus, if I was like further apart from it.
Yeah, that definitely makes it easier to stay involved because you are more, at a lot of schools it's, you're really involved and then you kind of taper off as you become more and more into senior status, but here you can continue to stay involved and it's really easy to continue that throughout the entire
I think, go ahead. Okay. I think for me as well is just the small class sizes. I don't know, I think growing up and like watching movies, you just see universities, you're just sitting behind a computer like your friends at bigger colleges or universities, and here it's definitely interactive. You have a grade based on how much you participate in class. And that's something that I didn't really realize that I liked until I came here, and now I feel like I'm a much more confident person just because I am able to hold conversations and participate in class, and I'm not, scared to voice my opinion, which was really cool. And I think that's helped me, get to where I am today, and then also like looking forward to job opportunities and things like that, which is super cool, and the connections that you make with your professors as well. I know everybody can probably touch on at least one story of how a professor has really reached out and helped, is amazing.
To go off of that, happens to be my
Okay,
example
sorry.
as well. To hit it at a different angle, I mean, the professors, you would have never expected to be as involved with their students as how high school professors and high school teachers made you seem they were going to be. I feel like everybody has like that one professor that they're abnormally close to. What I mean by that is, like, I have a professor, I had 6 classes with her. I'm her research assistant. I went to a conference with her in Ohio back in October. If I have a problem with a question that I don't understand on the homework or the reading, I'll text her like at 9 p.m. saying, I don't get this, what do you mean by this? And she'll happily respond. We discussed it at length the next very class day. But those connections, very helpful. I think they prepare you very well to what real life will be after Albion, how you're going to rely on other people to help you in the job world, the graduate school, whatever it may be. Like, you never have to do it alone. You're always going to have somebody you can rely on to help you should you ever need it. You shouldn't feel like you do it alone. So professors really do, they do a really well job of showing you like they care, and they're really here to help you succeed and prepare yourself for the future.
Yeah, the small class sizes was my example too.
Sorry.
But no, it's okay.
It took everybody.
Yeah, I know.
It's okay because like for me, it's like the same thing. Professor, like knowing them, but also like specifically for me, I didn't take chemistry in high school, so taking chemistry my freshman year was hard for me because I didn't know, like coming into it. I feel like the majority of the people in my class had taken chemistry in high school, so they already kind of had like that foundation. And I feel like if I would have been in a bigger classroom, then I definitely would not have been able to learn chemistry like I did and be able to sit in my professor's office and literally once or twice a week and have her like explain to me what an atom is and like just something super basic, but I wouldn't have been able to do that if we didn't have like a small class.
Is that Lisa Lewis?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
She's the
Lisa
best.
Lewis is the best. I'm not a science person at all. Kind of be enthusiastic about chemistry.
Yeah, she is really good. Like she explained it very well.
But I guess just one more thing that I was thinking about, something that I did not know is like how I was going to be learning outside of the classroom. Being a part of student organizations, like I get to learn how to work with a budget, how to plan events, how to do PR, how to do all the things that deal with social media. I actually met with alum during spring break. There was like a social networking mixer in the Willis Tower in Chicago, and a lot of them were saying like, oh yeah, I was a part of union board, and I learned how to work with budgeting, which had nothing to do with my major, but it helped me out in the long run. And those are all little techniques and skills that I'm gathering by being a leader on campus. So that's something I was so unaware that I was going to learn, and I'm really appreciative of gaining those skills that are going to help me one day.
Any more questions coming up?
Yeah, we lost it for a second, so we're trying to get back up real quick.
Okay.
Oh no.
Are we not?
Alondra, free say you feel.
We did have one, but I don't really want to ask it while we're